Alright, this is my quick video on how I got my T-tops to stop leaking. You can look here. There's nothing that looks out of the ordinary as far as what I've done. So it's something that's very subtle that you don't notice until you actually really start looking at it. Basically, I took a auto parts store, got some black silicone, the windshield sealant. It's black. Have one of these here. If you have a kid, you probably know what this is all about. You can get it at Walgreens, you get the prescriptions. Razor for a straight edge to help clean things up. And you'll also need some kind of ID or credit card. So I use this. Basically what I did was, took the silicone, put some in here, and then took and made a bead, almost like if you've ever done any kind of caulking job in the kitchen, or maybe some grout or something like that, I don't know. Basically took and put a bead all the way down the edge between this trim piece and the glass itself, all the way down, nice and steady, nothing too thick, but it's not really gonna matter because after you lay it down, I come back with a credit card, stuck it in the edge here in the corner, and just run it down all the way. Now you're going to get some excess coming out from the top and the side here. After I did that all the way down, I just took my ID, and that's when you just start slowly kind of cleaning things up. I waited a good 10 minutes or so before I cleaned up what was on the glass, and that's where I took the razor and kind of took it at an angle and run it down. You gotta take your time on this if you want a nice and straight line to where it's not so obvious that you've put silicone somewhere. But just run it down, and you'll probably have to wipe it 2 or 3 times, like so the excess will build up as you scrape. And after I've done that, I just kind of went back and just kind of put it on the edge where I wanted it, and just kind of done this number here, just trying to clean it up. And as you see, this is the finished product. It's nothing in your face, horrible, because what I'd found is after it rains, I would come outside and I would have water leaking in from here. And that was basically because the water was getting in from this seal here. After a while, the car's 20 years old, so the seals break down. It doesn't do its job properly, and as you see, the water just kind of naturally collects in this corner. So what I'd done was, it rained. I come outside. I had taken a towel, dry the T-top off completely, and then while I knew there was water inside the T-top, because you could look inside, you'd see it dripping, I took the T-top off, and then I turned it upside down. And when I did, water started dripping from right here. So that let me know right there. That let me know right there that that's my issue right here. That's where the water's coming in, and it's basically coming in here, running down, and then collecting inside that piece. Water's going to take the path of least resistance, and it was like that on both sides. So after every hard rain, I would have a nice little shower inside here. But now with the silicone here, I took the T-top off and I put a seal all the way down and around the entire T-top. And as you see, it's nothing grotesquely obvious. It's a cheap fix, it's a quick fix, because I'm not going to take the time to take a T-top apart and order all the parts and risk breaking something else, which I seem to do a lot. But that's it. That's how I done it. Like I said, here's what you need. That's pretty much it. I mean, for what it cost me to have $6, I think, for a tube of this, 7. You could probably get one of these at Walgreens if you go up there and ask, or maybe CVS or whatever little pharmacy. Like I said, it's not a real syringe. It's just to give medicine to your kiddos or yourself, I guess. But that's it. Woke up this morning, and there are 0 leaks. Now, that fixed this part here. Now, what about the leaks that come up from, say, right here and all the way across? To do that, I removed the door panel. There is 2 stop tabs for the window to go up. There is one's about in this area here on the door panel, and one's about in this area here. I rolled the window all the way up, door panel off, and there are 2 nuts on the back of these studs. And as soon as I unloosen the nuts, like a 10mm bolt, 10mm nut, the window cinched up another 3/16 of an inch. And what that did was, you can see how it moved it up, and it's nice and tight all the way across. Because what happens is your door starts to sag. See how my door sags here? And you can also tell from the striker. The striker's got kind of beat up. Kind of can't really tell. But once that door starts to sag, this seal up here is compromised. So you can put new T-top seals in and any kind of treatment on them to kind of bring them back to life. But if you don't address somehow or another this issue here with the door sagging, it's not going to do that much good. So instead of replacing the bushings on the door, I just adjust the windows so that if the door is sagging here, well then I made where the window will actually go here, where it used to be. I hope that makes sense. But those 2 things are what I've done to fix my leaky T-tops. And believe me, after the storms we had last night with tornado warnings and flash floods, there was not a single drop of water in the car. If you have any questions, you can comment below. I hope this helps out some of you guys, because I know it's a big problem with anybody with T-tops for that matter, but it's been a pain in my ass for quite a while. So it is awesome to come outside after a hard rain and not to worry about, oh, I forgot to put my towel on my seat, or oh, now I'm going to have a wet butt for the next 2 days. So like I said, if you have any questions, comments, I'll try to answer the best I can. Thanks.